was thinking...
I should hope so.
You're so annoying. So I was thinking that once the trial is over, I should go on a vacation. I don't know if Wendy could get off work, but I could go to Orlando and I could spend some time with Hannah.
I have been in the Valley of Fear. I am not out of it yet.
What did you say?
I have been in the Valley of Fear. I am not out of it yet. Sound familiar?
Yeah, you said that to me after Gemma Moriarty came to visit me. Because she said Douglas was gone, and the network extended beyond the Valley of Fear. And you said that Douglas was an informer who had gone missing, but you never explained the Valley of Fear stuff.
The phrase is the mantra of the Scourers, used by the leadership to maintain control. Remind members that they must remain afraid as long as their enemies live. Their enemies being anyone who they believe threatens their personal freedoms or the status quo.
The Scourers. Weren't you investigating them with Alec MacDonald? You guys kept running into dead ends.
What we know is that the members are almost exclusively men, white men. It was formed in the late 1800s in Vermissa Valley, Pennsylvania. Vermissa was abandoned over 60 years ago due to an underground coal fire, but the Scourers persisted, spreading across the country. They have lodges everywhere, but no centralized operation, making them difficult to track.
And they worked with Moriarty.
She knew them as VV. She thought of them as part of her network. They thought of her more like an insect that is an unfortunately necessary part of the natural order.
And Douglas.
Douglas was a member of the Scourers Lodge in Doyle. Of course, the organization doesn't advertise itself as anything nefarious. Like many members, he joined out of a genuine desire for community. But he soon came to realize the Scourers' true nature, controlling the population through domestic terrorism and murder. So he turned double agent.
And what was Douglas's last name?
That's your only question? Douglas is his last name.
Oh, well, God forbid you use anybody's first name.
It's not about first names or last names. I just don't like names that end in a Y sound. He went by Joey, I think. I don't actually know if that was his real name. I don't even know what he looked like. We never met.
Wait, all of your friends' names end with a Y sound. Jamie, Wendy, Billy, Stanley, Corey.
I found out much later that Douglas was reporting to the FBI. He was passing me information about Moriarty because the FBI were not initially interested in her.
But you call Violet Vi, and you still call Jen Lestrade. Wait a second, you call Moriarty by her last name.
That's professionalism. Listen. Moriarty, being actually intelligent, realized Douglas's true nature. She informed the Scourers. Next thing I know, Douglas has vanished. Until now.
What is this?
A cipher. It's a favorite of the Scourers and how Douglas used to communicate with me. Each number corresponds to a page, line, or word in a text. So it's impossible to decode unless you know what the text is. Back in college, Douglas and I would use the most recent edition of the SACU paper. To other Scourers, it would look like one of their messages, but they wouldn't know what text to use as a key.
And you think Joey Douglas sent this?
Well, the email address is fake, so it's difficult to know for sure, but I certainly don't think the Scourers are trying to contact me.
What text did he use? It can't be the SACU paper.
He expects me to figure it out. It must be something that he assumes I own, or could otherwise easily find. Maybe something in public domain. Something where the numbers always line up, no matter the edition, no matter how it's accessed.
It's 12th night. Brilliant. It's not the pages, it's the acts and the scene numbers. The line numbers are always going to be the same, no matter the edition.
My favorite.
And the first two numbers are 1 and 2, 12.
Read the numbers out.
Okay, 1, 3, 6.
Act 3, Scene 1, line 33.
I live in disguise, Viola Viola.
He's using that to mean VV.
Sure. VV wins, you must take action soon. Okay, so Douglas disappears. Maybe he goes into witness protection.
Or deeper undercover.
But now he's breaking that to reach out to you. Why would he be trying to contact you now?
VV wins. Wasn't there just an election?
Sherlock Holmes, you live in Washington, D.C.
Taxation without representation.
You can't keep using that as an excuse to not do your civic duty and pay attention to elections. There's one every November.
But this wasn't one of the big ones.
There's always something. Local government, Congress, House of Representatives, amendments. I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill.
It must be something big if Douglas wants me to take action. Were there any special elections for Congress?
I'll look it up.
There. Senator Ted Baldwin, Pennsylvania.
The special election was to replace Jack Morris, who died suddenly of a heart attack.
What?
Hello, Ford!
Should that child really be at your secret government office?
I'm a single mother on a government salary. Where else is he supposed to go? Besides, he signed an NDA.
Are you ever going to tell me where this baby came from?
Really, Jamie? You are a medical doctor. Despite your marriage to a woman, I shouldn't have to explain where babies come from.
Well, why do you have a baby?
Was Sherlock going to have a baby? Someone had to carry on the Holmes legacy.
We have a request. We need everything you can tell us about newly elected Senator Ted Baldwin.
I am not in the habit of giving information on government officials to civilians.
I barely count as a civilian, and you barely count as a government official, and you owe me.
Fine. I'll send some emails.
It's been 2 weeks. The police haven't found anything. Owen wouldn't just leave without telling us.
You have other kids?
We have had 3. Our youngest, Ellie, then Owen, and our oldest, Brianna. She killed herself.
You know what? This is my fault for giving you a key. You are so lucky I am home before Wendy, though.
You remember that missing persons case I told you about? Well, I searched the missing persons office today.
Any clues?
Of course, dozens, everything overlooked by the police. But what you may find interesting is that our victim, Owen Trapp, was a member of the Scours.
How can you tell?
There were a few points. 1. He had Senator Baldwin's book. It was signed, Owen, keep up the good work. Still, he could have gone to a book signing. Point 2, he had a Vermissa Valley Candle Company candle, which his father said his mother sells.
Yeah, I've meaning to ask you about those. I know they're a multi-level marketing company. So they're like a subset of the Scours?
Something like that. If the Scours control men by giving them exclusive membership to a secret society and promising them the world, they control women by targeting them financially.
Sure. Invest in our company, become a businesswoman, find success.
Which you never will because this is a pyramid scheme.
Right, and then by that point, the sunk cost fallacy has sunk in, so you just keep giving them money in hopes of one day succeeding.
Which ensures you remain financially dependent on your husband, and there's constant cash flowing into the metaphorical Vermissa Valley.
So, signed book, candle, could be a coincidence, but...
But 3. Owen Trapp's notepad. He writes with a heavy hand, so I could see the impressions of the last note he had written.
The Scours cipher?
Baldwin's book was the key.
Possible leak in system, I will take care of it. Drive remains secure. Trap.
He's always talking about the system. Trust the system. The system will free us from fear. It's just another word for the Scours. So when Owen received this note, he assumed, perhaps correctly, that information had leaked from the organization. Information regarding his dead sister, Bree.
Drive remains secure.
This drive, I found it taped to the underside of a drawer.
And did you put the suspicious drive into your computer?
Not yet. That would be dangerous. But I suspect that this might hold some information about the Scours that Owen Trapp is concerned about getting out.
But whoever confronted him didn't find it.
If they were even looking for it. It's also notable that he signed this little memo, Trapp, meaning it was not addressed to his father, and whoever it was addressed to would understand that Trapp referred to Owen, not George, suggesting that George is not as high-ranking as his son.
So you think his dad is a member too?
I wasn't sure, but...
I'll be in my office next door if you have any questions.
This is from George Trapp's shoes, burnt tree bark, from a species that grows in Vermissa Valley.
Why would he be at a ghost town?
I cannot make bricks without clay.
Seems like you have an awful lot of clay.
Maybe an overabundance of clay. There is one more thing. I'm still not sure what it means.
That's Bree's. She had it on her keys. I think Josie gave it to her.
Can you tell us a bit more about Bree? What did she do for work?
She was a geologist. She and Josie were talking about moving to California soon for some project she wanted to work on. She brought me some plant fossils. Do you want to see?
I think that's enough.
We need answers. Did you find anything in Owen's office?
I'm sure you understand these things take time.
We're hiring another detective.
Let's go.
Jamie, look what you've done.
Sorry, bad leg. Let me help.
Have you noticed George Trapp seems very concerned about what I found in his son's office?
He couldn't find the flash drive. He doesn't know where it is. And he has bad knees, and he can't look under the furniture.
That's why I knocked over the umbrella stand, to watch him try to pick something up.
So he wanted Sherlock to find it. Because the Scours probably think that Owen ran off with it. No, no, you told Sherlock to back off, and you need to back off. It is not your case. It is not your murder.
Evan Schaefer.
Yep.
Evan Schaefer? When last we met, I think you were going by Joey Douglas, wasn't it? But it seems nothing else about you has changed. You're still sticking your nose in my business. Pity.
The body discovered near Stone Lake yesterday morning has been identified as Evan Schaefer, a lawyer for Trap and Trap. This is the second tragedy for the local law firm in recent months, after Owen Trapp went missing in January. Police say they are treating the two incidents as unrelated.
Bree and I were sort of unofficially engaged. We were waiting until we got to California. She had a job lined up there, a geological survey of the San Gabriel Mountains. I was going to try and go into film. After she was gone, I just didn't know what to do. So I moved back in with my parents in Florida. I know, right? Moving back to Florida. Who does that these days?
Ellie said Brianna gave her plant fossils?
Yeah, I have some too. They're really easy to find at this place in Pennsylvania. We went out there a couple of times.
Where in Pennsylvania?
Right outside Vermissa Valley. It's this ghost town. There's an underground fire, and it's unsafe for people to live there. Bree told me all about it, but I'll be honest, a lot of her geology stuff goes over my head. I just really liked listening to her sometimes.
Vermissa Valley, did she ever do any work there?
Yeah, last summer. Not for her actual job, but as a favor for her brother. I think he had some client that wanted to reopen the mines. So Bree went out there and determined it wasn't safe. Like, there's a bunch of burnt plants, the ground is unstable, the air is probably toxic long term, and the fire's gonna keep burning for like 200 years. So Bree told him no, and it became this whole argument. He would call for the next few months, begging her to go back and check again, or just sign off and say it was safe.
He wanted her to lie.
Yeah, so his clients could get their coal. But of course, that would mean sending regular people in to die, basically.
Did she argue with Owen a lot?
Yeah, she argued with the whole family. They hated us. They acted like they didn't, but they did. She didn't cut them off completely, though, because of Ellie. So we would visit, try to ignore all the passive-aggressive comments. It was a relief when she got the job in California, because we wouldn't be expected to see them anymore. She didn't want to leave Ellie, but we figured maybe she could call her, fly her out to visit sometimes.
It sounds like you really had a plan for the future.
Yeah. That's why it was so weird that she...
Was Brianna ever diagnosed with depression or anxiety?
No, she never self-harmed, at least not that I knew about.
So, do you think she actually killed herself?
I don't know. It was so confusing. Maybe I just didn't want it to be real. We had this friend, Leah Summers. She was a therapist, and she really didn't believe it. She started to get so conspiracy brained about it, and I just told her I couldn't talk about it anymore. and I haven't talked to her since.
What was her conspiracy?
She thought someone did something to Bree.
I looked at Brianna's autopsy report. I'll admit it was pretty cut and dry. Carbon monoxide poisoning in a car, enclosed garage, but there was one detail that I found odd. She was in the passenger seat.
I mean, yeah. Looking back, I always thought it was weird that she would turn on the car from the passenger seat.
Josie, do you think that anyone in Brianna's family could have hurt her?
I think they could have, but I don't know if they did.
Did Owen do it? Did Owen kill you? But if Owen killed you, who killed him?
So what sort of cake do you think would be best for parents being found guilty of identity fraud?
I don't know. Maybe red velvet steals identity of chocolate cake. What do you think? Incredible. Yeah?
Yes.
Cool.
Hold on. Sherlock. Hi, how are you?
You don't have to ask that every time I call.
Yes, I do. Wendy's here. Say hi to Wendy.
Hey, Sherlock. Hope there's no landlords in the walls today.
So what's going on?
I found a therapist.
Good.
She's an old friend of Brianna Trapp's. I think she killed Owen Trapp.
No.
You are gonna have fun.
Can I get that in writing?
Yes, actually, you can.
I hope you know I'm still suspicious of this whole vacation thing. I know you're using it to visit Josie Ames, but what if Leah suggested it because she's onto you? Because she knows you're suspicious of her, and the only reason you signed up for therapy was to investigate her?
I also signed up for therapy because I needed therapy. It's been very helpful.
And I'm happy for you. But what if Leah uses this chance to skip town?
Bailey and Wiggins are watching her 24/7.
So you can go on a vacation, but your employees can't?
Precisely.
Okay, but I hope you realize I am using this opportunity to make you actually relax.
What do you think I'm going to do? Stumble into some crime? To be fair, you stumbled into crimes too.
This is all of Brianna's stuff. I donated a few items. Her family took some. I just haven't been able to bring myself to go through it all yet.
Take your time. Are you in therapy?
I have a virtual grief counselor.
Is Bree into candles?
No, we were afraid the cats would knock them over. I think that was a gift from her brother for doing the survey in Pennsylvania. She never lit it.
Can we take it?
Sure.
By the way, I have this.
Oh my god. I was wondering what happened to this. I got it as a gift for Bree when we visited Cali a few years ago at a souvenir shop. It's not real. People always ask. It's just kind of a silly charm. But she never lost her keys again.
You don't want to keep it?
It's just a keychain. I have a lot more here that's important.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that we should conduct another experiment.
What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I don't know. It's an experiment. But I just want to light it, see what it smells like while lit. And then when we get back to DC, I can examine it more closely with my equipment.
No.
You can leave if you'd like.
You are not doing experiments in my sister's house without me here. So I am going to put on a mask, and I'm going to go stand over here, unlike someone I know who's over here just being like, oh, what could go wrong? Let me just do an experiment in your sister Hannah's house. What could go wrong? Sherlock?
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
It's fine. You didn't know that was going to happen.
I didn't think it would happen that quickly. I thought maybe chloroform.
Henbane, I think.
Henbane.
It'll knock you out. It'll kill you if you're exposed to it long enough. Does it grow in Pennsylvania?
It grows everywhere. In any conditions, it's invasive.
Okay. So that much exposure isn't going to kill us. I'm still going to call an ambulance.
He killed her.
Yeah. So Leah killed him.
Yeah. At this moment, I have just one question for you. What did you do with the body?
You just had to be dramatic.
I didn't think she would cry.
Take your time.
I didn't mean to. I was just scared and confused and how?
Allow me to explain. A group of white supremacists called the Scours is trying to reopen the coal mining efforts of a ghost town with an underground fire set to burn for another 200 years.
Brianna's dad and brother were part of this secret society, both visiting the site to determine if it was safe.
They hired Brianna to examine it. She found the land dangerous and refused to lie for them. The more they pushed her, the more she threatened to reveal the plot to the press.
Thanks to some documents on a flash drive in Owen's office, we were able to subpoena Bree's emails, which explained everything.
The Scours decided to get rid of Bree, and they tasked her brother with doing it.
First, he gave her a poison candle, but she never lit it.
So he had to take a more straightforward route.
He asked her to come to his office to discuss Vermissa Valley. Maybe he could convince her to lie.
He couldn't. So he lit his own version of the poison candle, rendering Brianna unconscious. He kept her rabbit's foot, maybe out of twisted sentimentality, maybe as proof of what he'd done.
He put Brianna in her car and drove her home, parked her in the garage, and left the car running.
I didn't know for sure. I had talked to her a few hours before. I was just asking her if she wanted to hang out that night. She said she couldn't because Owen wanted to meet up. So when it turned out that she died, I thought Owen might have done it. He was the last one to see her alive, and he didn't even seem to care. He hated her so much. I didn't have any proof, and the police didn't believe me, but I know people die by suicide without any clear signs, and it's not like Bree was one of my patients or anything. I really felt like I knew the truth.
You were right.
I was right. Oh my God.
You followed Owen. You slipped him the note at McGinty's. The bartender remembered you. Luckily for you, or maybe unluckily, Owen thought that you knew about the Scourers, so he planned to take you out. He deactivated the security cameras before you arrived at the office. He did the same thing on the day he killed Bree. Maybe you thought you could get Owen to confess. Of course, he didn't. He lit the candle. You fought back. You hit him with the stapler. Just like Owen, you put your victim in a car. His car still missing, so my question remains, what did you do with the body?
I wasn't thinking. I just wanted it to be over. I know I should have called the police and told them what happened, but...
Leah, tell us.
Stone Lake. It's near the law office. I put him and the stapler in the car. I put it in drive, and I pushed it into the water.
Washing away all DNA and fingerprints, all evidence that you were there.
Are you calling the police?
I'm contacting a dive team, telling them to search the lake. Severe head injury under the water for almost 7 months. Hard to say what the police will conclude. But, considering I have these, they should have nothing connecting the crime back to you.
What?
You actually did us a favor. I've been chasing the Scourers for years, and then this case happened to fall in my lap, giving me exactly what I needed to, if not take them down completely, at least make a dent in their operations. Tabitha Gregson, long time no talk. Listen, I've got a story for you. A scathing report is going to be published tomorrow morning. Something about Senator Ted Baldwin's involvement in conspiracy to murder.
Senator?
Yes, you can imagine how annoyed he'll be by the whole ordeal.
So, you're not gonna call the police?
No,
No, it just seems like a hassle.
So much red tape.
The dive team's gonna find Owen's body. What else do they need?
Yeah, they have all the clues. Oh, we will need to tell them about Owen's poisoned candle.
Yeah, that's not gonna look good for him.
No.
Bree's parents, were they involved?
They are involved in the Scourers, involved in Vermissa Valley Candle Company, but involved in Bree's death? No evidence suggests that. But we will have to keep an eye on them as this all comes to light.
We'll make sure Ellie is safe.
So, what do I do now?
Live your life. Well, you might have to make a few changes. Probably quit your job. I definitely need to get a new therapist. If you're scared of the police, or perhaps more justifiably the Scours, you could leave the country.
Just don't sneak back in for your daughter's wedding.
Thank you. This is going to haunt me for the rest of my life.
I know. And we decided that was enough of a price to pay.
I got an email while you were doing your dramatic reveal.
Oh?
Yes, Cecil Barker and Alice Edwards will make their literary debut in the fall edition of Dark River magazine.
You're kidding.
No, the Sussex Vampire is heading to publication.
You know, I disagree with your more fantastical take on the tale, but I do like the character of Alice.
Cecil's still my favorite.
Oh, Cecil's absolutely my favorite. Don't get it twisted.
This singular incident in Detective Barker's career would remain unknown to the general public. Though the vampire killings at Haymarket Theatre were discussed at length for weeks to come, Cecil's name was never mentioned. He retreated to the shadows, where it was safer for his kind. But he continued to put his skills to good use, helping people with no thanks in return. Legends grew, and some called Cecil a hero. Others called him a monster. Only Alice called him a friend.
Cecil would have told me how he figured out it was a stapler, though.
Right. All of the documents in Owen's office were stapled, but there was no stapler to be found. And all of his co-workers used paper clips. So, missing stapler, missing man, logical conclusion is that the stapler was used to kill the man.
Right. Well, at least I can put that mystery to rest.
But the work isn't finished. It's never finished. There's a storm over the world, Watson. A cold and bitter storm, sweeping up good people, leaving ruin in its wake.
But people will help each other. They'll get through it together. And then one day the weather will be better.
Well, in that case, what's next?
She remained by his side as a confidant and protector, ready with her rapier whenever trouble was close. And trouble was never too far behind Detective Cecil Barker and Dr. Alice Edwards.